So since I'm taking a small little break, probably the end of the day or whatnot, since I'm done building this thing for today and I'm currently waiting for my new laptop to come in today, I thought I'll shoot a short little video. Well, probably not going to be short because it's going to be about 10 minutes long. And I'm going to do a update on all my fish or do updates on tanks that deserve it or whatnot. So I'm going to start off with the tank that's on above my computer. As you can tell, everyone's doing just fine. I think the three little guys gotten a little bit bigger. This angel has absolutely gotten bigger since his fins are really getting big. So I'm definitely going to have to look into upgrading him to a bigger tank pretty soon. My two guppies are doing fine. Hi Ted is most likely hanging out in there. He is still around. He tends to sometimes hang out in there, but it seems like he's just hanging out in there. White Knight is doing just fine. As you can tell, he's currently hanging out in his little bed tube. I've moved my two angels, or my angel pair, into the 10-gallon in my room. You'll see why I did that in a little bit. The goldfish are doing great, which I'm very happy with. My koi is still doing fine. My two black golds are actually holding their black, which is pretty amazing. So I don't know if I said this or not or posted about this on the fish channel, but I got a new puffer. He is in a 20 long. I've had him now for about a week. And unlike the other puffers I've had, this guy had a little bit of ick, but now he's more or less ick free. And he's also a pretty big puff. And I've also started converting this tank into a brackish and whatnot, so this thing does have a little bit of salinity. Let me go pause the video and come back. So there's not a lot of salt in here, but there is just enough to get this thing to read ever so little. This isn't a full range hydrometer, so it's not going to read fully precisely. But the camera probably won't show it, but this thing is hovering ever so slightly above the bottom of the little meter thing. So I know there is some salinity in here. I mean, it's enough to keep the ick away more or less keep the ick free. So I definitely got salt in this tank. I do plan on eventually bumping it up a little bit more higher, but he seems to be doing just fine. Oh yeah, my PS3 just died. It refuses to turn on, which is really annoying. The 3 bettas in my bathroom are doing great. I also got a new betta, a double tail half moon plaquette. He's a very beautiful betta. Of course, here's my paradise betta, my dragon scale, my snail tank. I also have some eggshells in there to help with calcium and whatnot. I've actually heard my puffer crunch a little bit already when I went to feed him snails, so that's pretty cool. The 5.5 gallon with the 2 rams and the betta is doing just fine. Currently 1 betta and 1 ram are out. The other ram is most likely hanging out somewhere, probably in the back. Yep, there's the other ram. I also got duckweed in quite a few of my tanks. This tank's doing great. I did a water change, replaced the gravel. And of course this tank has duckweed too. I've got to replace the lid. As you can tell, this tank is different. This is the tank that used to be over here. And I moved the tank that was over here to here. I'll explain why in a second. I got this tank here because I wanted to try breeding bettas. So I'm currently cycling a brand new sponge filter with a fully cycled mechanical. And I was originally going to try breeding right around now, but unfortunately the female I had, she did not make it. So I'm going to buy $20 worth of female bettas, pool my male betta, put him into a free 2.5 gallon, which I'm going to show you in a little bit, and then I will convert this thing back into a female sorority tank. That way, so when I feel up to breeding bettas, I'll have a heap ton of females to choose from. And for the time being, this thing's just going to sit here and run. This tank has some kind of problems because I don't know what goes on, but every other betta I put in here, excluding my koi betta, which is currently right here, they get sick and die. This is the only betta that I have in this tank that does not get sick. I have no idea why, and I'm not taking any more chances. But what I did is I replaced the sponge filters completely, redid them, and I also have some more duckweed. So as you can tell, this is the 10 gallon that had the angels. This is why I moved the angels. So, and with that said, I'm not going to be breeding bettas for a while unless these things turn out to be bad. I've also turned off the filter system, that way so if these things somehow actually do spawn, I'll take this betta cup right here and convert it into a simple sponge filter. Or I'll just use this sponge filter right here and just clean it out. I don't know yet. But that's why I moved my two angels from this tank into the tank in my room. And of course, these guys are doing great. As you can tell, there's duckweed too in this tank too. This tank is doing just fine. I just recently did a water change and added some more gravel to make this tank look a little bit more nicer. Looks like everyone's still doing just fine. Where's my mother's angel at? It's probably behind the weeds right there. Oh, there it is. This is the 2.5 that I have right here. It's currently cycling. I have a cycled filter in here, but I'm letting it run. This is the tank that the little double tail that's in the 10 gallon right now will be going into. And that's pretty much it. I mean, oh yeah, this tank originally had the female that passed. I don't know why she passed. She was just one of those fish that died within 2 days. Basically 24-hour fish. Nothing you can do about it. But I'm happy to say I haven't had many fish that are like that. But yeah, everyone's doing just fine. I'm doing general tank maintenance, feeding, caring, everything else. Even though I'm staying here, even though I'm building a Draken 3, I still take the time out of my day to properly maintain my tanks and whatnot. So I'll do another video on my fish when I see fit.